Air Force Junior ROTC.
Please stand. Alex.
We are ready for softball at Rivier University. It's the Battle of the Bridge 2026. Hello, everybody. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. We have a pleasant Tuesday evening in May 12, 2026. And Tom, it's a similar tale for North in that one of their teams is still looking for their season's first win. That would be the North girls softball team up against South.
Right, we saw that with girls lacrosse, and it's, North, look, this is a rebuilding situation, but it's not really rebuilding, it's building. They're basically trying to build. They're going really from scratch over the last few years. Softball, John, is a tough sport in this area. There aren't, it all depends on if you can find the pitching, and it's not easy.
Shutdown pitcher?
Yeah, a shutdown pitcher, and those are the teams that win. But you also, when you don't have that, you have to be able to field because they're going to put the ball in play off a pitcher down to the next level. So that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
And South has had the same thing. They've got Kate Marvin, though. I think Marvin has been around for a while. South, I don't know. They've struggled at times this year, and they've looked good at times this year. It's been different. It's been different. But you know what? For these kids, I don't think either team probably will make the postseason. South maybe outside chance, very outside chance. This is their postseason tonight. This is the big game. This is what they live for. It's great that they could play it here and have the fans and all the attention. ETV, we're here. I'm here. I haven't done a softball game. I've only done a couple of games this year. They haven't been North or South. So this is gonna be fun.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. We have Dylan Smith on camera today, and it's a pretty great view for us right over home plate, even much closer than we are at Holman Stadium, which is also a good view.
Well, softball's a close type sport.
It is.
You're right on top of the field in softball.
So we got to see Nea Lingadal warm up for North, and she's throwing to Macy Hudson, the battery for the Titans, and they'll face Brooke Berger. South playing the role of the home team this year in Battle of the Bridge softball. Battle of the Bridge stands right now. I think South is definitely going to take it there.
They're 6-2-1.
6-2-1.
Yeah. So,
boys tennis won today.
Or as Joe Morgan used to say, 6-2 and even.
Yeah.
So this is, Jamie Trudell at Nashua North took over this year, and he and I had a long conversation, did a story on him and his plans for the program, and, he feels that the pitching is where they're focused on. Okay, they want to get more pitchers.
Going after that high fastball, Brooke Berger pops it into left field. She's going to get on base.
Yep.
And she'll be at second base.
Wow.
But she never stopped running out of the box.
Tough one.
Leadoff double in the outfield. A grimace from Tom, the official scorer for us here in Nashua ETV. Your call.
I can't rule that a double. She made a play on it. Right?
Okay. Yep.
So
two-base error to start the game. It was a catchable ball. It was just behind the infield.
That's the problem.
And the leadoff batter on second base as
now,
Malia Richard Valentin bends out of the way of an inside fastball.
If it had just dropped in, I would have said, well, I don't know, maybe. I mean, she did flail at it. She didn't touch it, I don't think. So,
yeah,
we'll give her a double.
Want a double?
Yeah, we'll give her a double.
Double. Rewarding that hustle out of the box. That one kind of tied Malia up, and she pulled it right off her own dugout.
Jamie had some interesting things to say. He said, there's a lack of pitching coaches in the area. And he said one of the reasons there's a lack of pitching coaches is there's a lack of indoor facilities for softball where they can tutor and teach during the wintertime. So he said that's something that he's worked on to try to find facilities and try to find pitching coaches and try to upgrade the pitching. And of course, pay attention to the rest of things too. He coaches in the Nashua Park Rec, so he knows what's coming through.
Yeah. Last year's Battle of the Bridge softball game, 13-0 win for South, and they're off to a good start here. They're going to send Brooke Berger on a line shot single by Malia Richard Valentin. She's got an RBI, 2 straight hits to start the game, and South is in the lead, 1-0.
Yeah, line single right there. You know, you're playing deep a little bit, so you avoid the run. You know, the extra run. See, that's the thing. We saw that with the pop-up, right? They because your pitchers will allow these hitters to put the ball in play.
Cara LeBlond is up now. The 3-hitter for South has home run power. And how do we know that? Bluff throw by Macy Hudson as she keeps Malia close at first base. Most impressive score, as you know, Tom, in the South schedule was that 17-16 win over Exeter early in the season. And one of the keys to the comeback,
her home run. Yep.
Cara LeBlond hit one out.
She's trying to do that there.
Good changeup by Nia Lingadal. She had Cara way out in front of that. I think it was the first changeup she's thrown so far.
Tell you what, Macy Hudson is not going to allow too much down at first base, is she? She's throwing right down there, the freshman catcher behind the plate. There's a good pitch right there.
And that's pulled foul. Hayden Dennehy is the first base player, and it's trust in her that Macy Hudson doesn't mind firing it down there.
Lingadal's a sophomore. She's got a good arm. There's a little bit of spin on the ball.
Yeah.
And this is something that they can work with, right? This good pitch right there. I thought that was going to be strike 3.
That was good location, Tom.
It really was.
Yep.
It really was.
Couldn't extend her arms and drive it in play.
If she could add 5 more miles an hour to that pitch, that's a strikeout.
It'd be kind of unhittable.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point. Bright yellow ball. You can't mistake it here at a 7 o'clock start at Rivier. And again, it ties her up, but she's able to get the barrel to that one and sends it up in the trees.
Looks like one of my drives on the first tee.
Off course.
Yeah.
They play Cara straight away at all positions and deep. Actually, more close to the line is Ellen Maffey in left. And respecting her power, they're up near the fences. They do that pitch again. That got a lot more of the plate, but took a little bit off. Had her out in front and fouls it again.
This is a battle.
It is.
This is a battle.
Great battle between the starting pitcher for the Titans and the 3-hitter, Cara LeBlond of South. Going back to that hit that Malia got, that was a rocket, and I think it came off the fastball.
Let's see. She can get the outside corner. No.
Good take. They has her way off the base, but the high throw and getting back easily.
I think she would have gotten back anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
She
Tough to throw out of that crouch right there.
Yep.
All right.
Gets the uniform dirty.
If I'm Lingadal, I try to get the outside corner.
And the pitch is.
And that's where it was.
Yes, it was, and took a little off too.
Yep.
Almost induced a ground ball.
LeBlond is tough. She is hanging in there.
Yeah, she's focused. She's zoned in on these pitches. And the count is 1-2 still.
1-2 for the last 5 minutes.
That's a strike. That's hit deep to left field. Back near the wall. Off the top of the wall. Cara LeBlond nearly had another home run. They'll go second and third.
Right. The runner had to hold because she didn't know if it was going to go out. And you know what? Off the top of the wall, almost a catchable ball. almost a catchable ball. I think the left fielder was fooled. I think she thought it was going out too.
Wow. I mean, if
That
that was
missed him,
caught, that would have been some kind of catch. But it was catchable.
It was
You're right. If you
catchable.
get back there, you made a great catch.
If she had made it all the way
Yeah.
back, I think she thought it was gone.
I did too.
Yep.
She got barreled to it. And the great wrist snap, too. The carry wasn't quite there. Maybe it's the cool air up here at the top of Nashua.
Yeah,
Made
this
the
is the
difference.
highest point in the city.
And that was the highest home run arc in the city, but it just fell inches short. Great swing by Cara LeBlanc, and policing the bases, Macy Hudson behind the
Well,
dish.
she's not letting anybody get away with anything. The one thing she's got to be careful, though, is don't throw through and have it go wild.
So Nikki Gates, the catcher, the batter for the Panthers, looks at a ball away, and she has the count at 1-2 also.
Yeah, Lingendahl's got to be frustrated. She was ahead on LeBlanc and just couldn't get it.
That one's hammered opposite way over the head of the left fielder. It's going to plate 2 runs easily, and we have our third double of the first inning off the bat of Nikki Gates. No outs yet in the top of the first.
Yeah, this is tough.
They're really hitting the the softball.
They are.
Big noises here in the top of the order for the Panthers as we scored that first. Hit a double by Brooke Berger, so that's 3 doubles and a single. First 4 batters have reached safely with base hits. And one thing you can say about Nia Lingendahl, she is throwing strikes, but she's run into a
hittable strike. But LeBlanc, I thought she had LeBlanc.
They fouled off the tough ones.
She fouled off 5 in a row.
Yeah, and then got one in the middle of the plate and didn't miss it. So the 5-hitter is Kate Marvin, who backs away from a ball in the dirt.
That's the first non-strike, I think, in terms of really not even close that she's thrown.
At least down low. She did throw one really high to Cara LeBlanc. But otherwise, Nia Lingendahl's been zeroed in on the strike zone. That one had her out in front. That looked like a strike for the first half of the distance to the plate.
That's what she had to do with LeBlanc. She had to throw her a ball. Had to bounce one, right?
Yeah, that was good arm speed. That's where the deception was there.
Bounce one and get her swinging.
Yeah, it was a changeup. That one's just above the zone. Had to wait a second to see what the home plate ump was going to call on that. Our umpires, it's a 2-man crew tonight. Dave Ziricker and Richie Milburn. The pitch is down and in and gets Kate to swing over the top of it. It's another 1-2 count.
Got to repeat that. Right?
Yep. Got to try.
Yep.
You're up on the batter 1-2. Let's see if she can go back in there, maybe without bouncing it. And that's a good pitch. Handcuffs Kate. Good play at second to charge it, Madeline Tino.
Yeah, if she had backed off on that, it would have been a base hit. But she played in, she charged it, got it, and knew she had to make a quick throw.
Much needed out for the Titans. And over to third base on the play. Good base running by Nikki Gates.
So now they're going to talk about it, see what they want to do, and how they want to pitch Gates. But also how they want to defend everything. This is interesting. I wonder what it is about it that makes them want to change.
Have a discussion here?
Exactly.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a pitching adjustment like you were talking about, Tom. Maybe he saw some things he'd like her to focus on as she faces Shirley Injao.
Right.
Injao is the second baseman for the Panthers.
You got Gates at third. Do they think she's going to try to score or steal? What do they think? I don't think so. You don't lead in softball.
Yeah, I think we're just talking pitching strategy there.
Well, let's see.
And that's a handcuff. Good location again by Nia Lingendahl.
Got to be careful. You don't want to hit him.
Right. It's a fine line between putting it right over the middle of the plate, hittable, and not hitting the batter.
Of course, also the discussion probably was, there's only one out. Do we play the infield back or do we play it in?
Yeah.
And they're in at the corners a little bit.
And, of course, if you get a hot shot at the corner and field it cleanly, you have the option to come home or at least freeze the runner. That's easier said than done at the hot corners. Third infield here at Rivier in the grass outfield. Don't know what the exact distance is down the line, but Carol LeBlanc sure tested it. The pitch is above the head, and that's the runner's going to come home.
Yep.
The throw to the pitcher covering, not in time, 4-0 South. As Nikki Gates sprints home.
That's the danger.
Yeah. That will go as a wild pitch. As tough play for Macy Hudson, the catcher. She'll spring out of her crouch and reach far up above her head on that fastball. So bases empty, 1 out. And Shirley Injow awaiting the 1-1 pitch. That's high also, 2-1. This South team had lost about, I think it's 5 in a row since their win over Alvern. Yep, and a walk, first walk of the game. Shirley Injow trots down to first base.
And I think that's fatigue, right?
She has thrown a lot of pitches already.
Exactly.
In a row here.
You know, it's softball. It's not baseball. So there's not a lot of stress on the arm.
Well, you have mental fatigue. You know, you're trying to make a perfect pitch every time.
And now she's got to deal with another runner, and there's still only 1 out in the inning.
Mia Estremera is the batter, and that's high. Bluff throw. 1-0 to Mia. She's the third baseman for the Panthers. I think we've had a left-handed. Oh, we have. Actually, we had one batter that drove it the other way.
Nice
right?
pitch.
Throw to first, and close play,
close.
but safe is the right call.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe by half a step in. She got in there just in time.
It was Nikki Gates who's been the only left-handed batter for the Panthers, and she drove a double the opposite way. High pop-up.
Can they field it? That's the
center
question.
field, long run.
No, can't do it. She's got to play in second. Got it.
And out is the call.
So simple fielder's choice there.
Yeah. That was an insurance play there.
Smart play, though. Yeah. She had a long run to come in.
She did. And that's a play where one of the two middle infielders needs to just be standing on second in case that happens, if you're not going to go for the pop, right, Tom?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
There was a scramble play, but they still made it. They got to the base just ahead of Injow. So 2 outs, high pitch, and the runner will advance from first into scoring position. 4-0, and almost the entire starting batting order for South has come to the plate. We're looking at Avery De Hoyos right now. De Hoyos is the 7-hitter. That's in the dirt. Good block by Macy. Keeps the runner at second. Macy Hudson, the catcher for the Titans. Nia Lingadal with the 2-0 pitch. That's high, 3-0. In danger of walking their second batter of the first inning.
Again, fatigue.
Yep.
Your wild high like that, that's what it would be.
You got to believe she's aiming for the very middle of the plate here. And that's a good pitch.
Nice
right
pitch.
Down the middle. Yep. She's got to do it a couple more times and make Avery earn her way on, as they say. Pitch to contact. That one's up and in. Ball 4, right?
Yep. Yes, ball 4, you're right.
So Avery's on base.
Number 24.
Mia Estremera's at second. And the 8-hitter, Lily Schultz, is up. First base for the Panthers.
It's number 9, John.
Is she number 9? You're right. They have.
It's number 9.
For some reason, they had a flex player, right fielder for. I don't know if it's a 10-person batting order. Can you do that?
They had 9 in the lineup.
Because I believe
that's who. This is the player who's
being hit for.
Hit for.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
So the DH Kara LeBlond tonight is batting for the right fielder, Lexi Ross, who's not batting.
That threw me off one year, too. I was like, hey, who's tennis softball? Huh? Finally made sure.
The way they do the starting lineups in baseball is they take this name and they just put it up together.
Yeah, it's different in softball,
yeah.
too. It's a whole different sport.
1-1 pitch.
Nice pitch.
Just high, apparently.
Just above the letters.
Yeah.
That was close.
Could have went either way.
Yeah, no kidding.
So all 9 batters in the order have faced Nia Lingadal in this first inning. And that one's a bouncer. Good play by Macy Hudson. Fielded that on a hop smoothly. Keeps runners at first and second. Titans really need to stop the run carousel right here.
Yeah, they do.
To have any prayer coming back in this, you feel like? Fisted, nice snag.
There you
number
go.
3. Highlight of the game so far.
It is.
Great fielding of her position by Nia Lingadal. I'm not sure if that would have went by the second baseman. Do you think, Tom?
It was hit hard enough.
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, it could have snuck into center for at least one run. So great snag by Nia Lingadal. Let's see if she gets to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. She's scheduled to bat 5th. And, of course, the Titans would love to send a bunch of batters to the plate, but they'll have to face Kate Marvin, who is warming up now to Nikki Gates in the bottom half of the first inning. North playing the home team in all the games in the Battle of the Bridge in 2026. Looks like she's got a quality fastball.
She does.
There is a very short decision window for softball hitters. I mean, you know, the thing that they allow is that shuffle and step, and where do they let it go? Outside, almost outside.
Almost outside the circle.
I mean,
see, this is not baseball. The hitters,
like 33 feet.
The hitter's not up there, kind of toying around, and trying to delay things or trying to work the pitching count and everything else. No, you're up there and you're up there to swing.
That's right.
That's what you're doing.
Put it in play. Nicest defensive play of the game so far by the Titans pitcher, Nia Lingadal. Nicest hit. Inches from a home run by Kara LeBlond.
Yep.
We were just talking about her home run in the Exeter game.
That hit the rail. That hit the top. That hit yellow.
I think it did.
It did.
It did. It hit at least the bottom of that circular yellow fence top. Leadoff batter for the Titans is Marissa Trudell. Scored that last.
You know what I do?
Oh,
well, they took it away from me. You know what I would do is I'd bunt the heck out of them.
Oh, weigh in on them.
Weigh in.
I was going to say on the grass.
They expect it. They've looked at North and they've probably seen that and they expect it.
Mia Estremera in tight at third base. Talk about the hot corner. Could be scalding hot if she gets if Marissa pulled one here. And the pitch is
nice pitch
on the outside corner.
Yeah,
that's a tough pitch to do something with, and it's is it 0-2? Kate Marvin, that's high. Nikki Gates pulls that one down. First baseman is Lily Schultz, Shirley Injow at second, and Malia Richard Valentin rounding out the infield for the Panthers. Brooke Berger straight away and fairly shallow in center.
1-2 pitch coming.
And that's a strikeout.
Yep. A little bit out of the zone, but had the velocity, very tempting pitch.
So 1 up, 1 down for the Titans, who, I hate to say it, but similar to the baseball team, runs tough to come by.
They'll score. They'll score some runs. It's their major issue is run prevention.
I see.
Once they can solve that as a program, then you take the next step. Right. They have a cage. They have a batting cage that's right outside next to the tennis courts. They worked that pretty. They worked a lot in the preseason. I went down there and watched practice. I was there. Jamie Trudell was working the cage.
Macy Hudson goes down and gets that low fastball, but was a little bit late on it, fouls it into the netting.
I think the North program's in good hands. It's just with a coach who is going to treat it as a varsity program.
Jamie Trudell.
They have to remember it's a varsity program.
And assisted by Doug Howard. That was
Tough.
up and in, and just that was a Mariano Rivera jam job.
Yep.
And then almost impossible to get to. And 2 strikes on the batter again for Kate Marvin.
And with that thought, what you need is numbers to make a JV team. And they have, I think they have a little bit.
That was a close pitch to take.
It's fun watching Marvin pitch. She's working the plate all over the place.
And she changed speeds on that, which kind of fooled, I think, Macy, but turned out to be the right decision. A ball outside, and that's strike 3. That got a big chunk of the plate, and just no contact from Hudson, so it is a 2 up, 2 down by the way of the strikeout for Kate Marvin. 3-hitter Madeline Tino. And that first pitch is above the zone, but tempting. As Tom was talking about, you can see it so well, those high fastballs. It's 0-1. And that was on the bottom edge of the strike zone. Might have been low, but it's strike 2 swinging. And 1 strike away from striking out the side is Kate Marvin. That's high.
Good waist pitch.
Yeah.
Well, John, take a good look. I think it's the last time we're going to see blue sky for a few days.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Nice pitch. Thought she'd chase.
I think I've heard that about 5 times this spring.
Been a bad spring.
Yeah, kind of has.
All right, let's see.
The 2-2 pitch.
Right down the middle.
Ground
Good
ball
contact.
right side. In on it is Shirley Injow. Makes the play for out number 3.
All right, John Collins, down I go to see what happens down on the base paths.
Hurry back, Tom King. Of course, it's been a rough spring weather-wise, but we were treated to the lacrosse game of the year last night as Pinkerton upset the Bishop Girton boys and broke their 92-game in-state winning streak in boys lacrosse. It was a terrific, fantastic, down to the last second game, a last second shot by Tyler McLeod for BG would have tied it as the final buzzer sounded, but it was saved by Pinkerton's Owen Perkins that prevented the game from going into overtime. And the number 1 team in boys lacrosse New Hampshire Division I is Pinkerton right now, as they didn't just get it by default in past seasons. The 5-time repeat defending champion Girton boys lacrosse team has played so many good out-of-state opponents that they often go into the tournament with a worse record than 2 or 3 teams above them in the standings in New Hampshire. But this year, Pinkerton can say they beat VG head-to-head. So those 2 teams will probably meet again in the tournament.
Number 1, Brooke Berger.
Completing her warm-up tosses, Nia Lingadal. She gets set to work to the top of the order again. She saw all 9 batters for the Panthers in the first inning. And here we go, top of the order. First hitter, Brooke Berger, who did a great job getting on base. Not only got on base on a missed pop-up into the shallow outfield behind third, but she made it all the way to second and started a 4-run rally. First pitch swinging, hot shot, fielded Tana Adaya, and the throw over. That's unfortunately got to be an E3, I think. It was a low throw, but Hayden Dennehy had a chance to catch it, and what a nice job of fielding over there by Tana Adaya on a ball that looked like it was 90 to 100 miles an hour off the bat of Brooke Berger. She's on again. Too hot, almost too hot to handle. Good job by Tana playing back, too. They want to be playing up close to the plate on a shot like that. almost had the first out of the inning, though. One up, one pitch, and one on, unfortunately for the Titans. They had a defensive gem to end the first inning, nearly had one to start the second. Malia Richard-Valentin singled. She hits it high and deep to left field. This has a chance. It's caught. No, it's dropped. The left fielder, Ellen Maffey, got her glove on it. Second and third for the Panthers. It went down the line pretty close to the pole, and a great read by Ellen Maffey. She put herself in a position to make that catch and just couldn't squeeze it. So a couple of instances where Panther fielders just couldn't squeeze a throw and a fly ball, and now it's, instead of being 2 out, no on, they have second and third, the Panthers do, with nobody out, and the three-hitter, Cara LeBlond, who came within inches of hitting a home run her first time up. Skied one to straightaway left off the yellow fence tubing at the top of the wall. Good take. Cara LeBlond stopped herself from swinging at that, and it was just above the strike zone. So count in her favor big time. 2-0. Rips it foul and makes Coach Kevin Hardy dance a little bit. It's fortunate that was about 2 feet to his right, because I don't think he could have got out of the way of that. That was a hot shot off of Cara LeBlond's bat. She's got that home run power. Facing the 2-1, that's high, 3-1. First base is empty. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for Nia to walk Cara in this situation and set up a force all around with nobody out. On deck is Nikki Gates. She hit it hard her first time up. Pop up left side. Is it playable? Over there, Tana Adaya almost, but it falls out of her glove. And that's the third chance that Titans have had to squeeze an out, and none to show for it. So another chance for Cara LeBlond on a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, top of the second inning. The pitch is off the forearm. That's a dead ball, no advance. So they'll have to send Brooke Berger back to third base. It grazed the left arm of Cara LeBlond, who didn't even flinch on the hit by pitch. She goes to first, and so it's the same thing as a walk. Bases loaded, nobody out in the second inning for the Panthers. Nia Lingadal pitches high, bluff throw. Brooke was dancing off the base about 2 or 3 steps, and it was tempting for Macy Hudson to throw it down there, but some bad things can happen, including a ball glancing off of a runner, and that would cause all kinds of problems, so she thought better throwing it down. That's a strike. Good pitch. And throw to third. It does hit the back of the runner. She's going to come home. The throw home is going to be off to the right, and it does, in fact, happen. The throw down to third, tight quarters, hits the runner. Brooke Berger scores the 5th run of the game for the Panthers. It has to go as a throwing error on the catcher in that instance, even though it was really right on line toward the base, but the runner legally impeded the third baseman from catching it. So produces a run, and it's second and third, no force now as first base is empty again, and Nikki Gates, the batter, drove a double off the left field wall her first time up. She went the opposite way over the head of the left fielder Ellen Maffey, who was not playing that shallow. She was playing pretty deep, but that's how well hit it was by Nikki Gates, left-handed hitter, hitting a fastball away the opposite way. Quick conference on the mound of what they want to do here, and it's again another instance where a walk wouldn't be the worst thing. So Nia Lingadal can pitch carefully to Nikki without hitting the batsman maybe, or throwing it away. You don't want to do that either. Ball 1. Of course, you load the bases, it puts pressure on the pitcher. You can't walk anybody else, or that's runs. Still needing an out. That's bounced, and Casey Hudson does a nice job of blocking it. second and third. And the pitch is in the dirt. Casey Hudson stops it. That's a walk. Bases loaded, force all around, still nobody out. And here's Kate Marvin, who grounded out to second in her first at-bat. If she grounds out to second here, this will be a run, at least one run, barring a triple play, which is highly unlikely as the infield is back. With nobody out, hoping for maybe a line drive out double play variety. Neil Lingadal, that's a ground ball foul. It just spun foul before the base off of the bat of Kate Marvin. So Malia Richard Valentin on a third. Carol LeBlond at second, and Nikki Gates at first base as they await the next pitch to Kate Marvin. Fouls it to the right. One foul to the left, one foul to the right, and the count is 0-2. That's an in-play first base side. It hits the glove of the first baseman. They have a play at second for one out. It's a force out. Run scores. It is a 6-0 lead for the Panthers on a fielder's choice by Kate Marvin. Nikki Gates had really no choice but to go back to the base. And there's actually a pinch runner that was in that went back to the base because that looked like it was going to be a caught pop-up. And there'll be another pinch runner coming in for the Panthers. This is number 8. That was Sally Injow that was running, that got put out at second on the pop-up that fell in. And now another pinch runner at first base for the Panthers. So getting more players into the game. First base and second. They're on the corners with one out, 2 runs in, 6-0 lead for South. And trying to add to it, Shirley Injow. Throw, fake throw, good idea, but beating the return throw, sliding in safely is Malia Valentin. So I was going to say smart bluff behind the plate by Macy Hudson, but she got victimized by the fact that the runner was so far down the line. It was only about a 25-foot sprint after the throw went by, one pass to the bag. And the Panthers literally steal another base and a run. 7-0 in the second inning, still only the one out, and Shirley Injow, who walked her first time, looks at a ball high. 2 balls and no strikes to the second baseman for the Panthers. That one's on the dirt, blocked by Casey Hudson. I'm not sure if it's 3 or 2 balls to the hitter here. Neil Lingadal's pitch lined off the glove of the shortstop, and there's nobody on, so they have no way to force that second base, and it's an infield hit. A rocket off the bat of Shirley Injow makes it an 8-0 lead. Runner scores from third. It's an RBI for Shirley Injow. She hit that really hard, and it was a difficult play for Juliana Pasista. Knocked it down, but wasn't able to record an out. And the first pitch to Mia Estremera is high, ball one. Mia reached on a fielder's choice first time up. A lot of tough outs in this South lineup. And outs are tough to come by for the Titans. That's a fair ball inside the third base bag, and it's a base hit. Runners go station to station to second base. Solid single off the bat of Mia Estremera. And we are to the 8-hitter, Avery De Hoyos. Number 6, going to talk things over with South head coach Kevin Hardy. A huge lead, really, for South right now, 8-0. They won last year's Battle of the Bridge softball game 13-0 in 6 innings. On pace to score even more this year. Titans just need to make some plays and squeeze the ball in the glove. There's 3 instances where they could have had outs at first, left, and third base, and balls fell in. Actually, there's another play, a pop-up behind first. Line drive to short. Nia Lingadal not pitching all that badly. These are unearned runs in the statistical view, the lingo. And Avery De Hoyos, left fielder, De Hoyos, awaiting a pitch from Nia Lingadal. Fouls it into the people. Chance to make a play, and balls are getting dropped on the field and in the stands. That was a kindly, soft, looping pop-up, nothing dangerous. This one's going over a little more pace in the same general direction. 0-2 is the count on the Panthers left fielder. Lily Schultz, the 9-hitter, will likely get a chance to bat for the second time in 2 innings. She's on deck. Good block by Casey Hudson. And she throws to third, up the line a little bit, hits the back of the base runner. Shirley Injal, she's all right. Stuck in like in the left shoulder blade, looks like. She's telling Kevin Hardy. Sliding into the base. The only reason the ball didn't end up in left field is because it hit the base runner. And that gives South 2 runners in scoring position, second and third. And a 1-2 count on the batter. Just 1 out. Nia's pitch, a good one, gets a strikeout. Needed that. Good pitch by Nia Lingadal. It was tantalizingly close to the strike zone, just faded away down at the shoe tops at the end of that arc. So 2 outs, second and third, 8-0. The Panthers looking to add to it. The 9-hitter Schultz hits it back to the pitcher, and she fires it a little bit too hot to handle, apparently, for the first baseman, and the inning continues.
Number 1, Brooke Berger.
So reaching is Lily Schultz. Brooke Berger batting for the second time in this inning. Still second inning. Brooke up for the third time in the game. Takes it high for ball 1. Brooke has doubled and singled and scored 2 runs in her 2 at-bats. Now up for the third time. Batting with a runner at third and 2 out. Runners on the corners, actually. Standing well forward in the box is Brooke. She's right in the front, looks like. The pitch. High and deep, right center field. Long run for everybody. It's going to fall in there for a likely triple for Berger. Speeding around third base is the trail runner, Lily Just, and it's Lily Schultz scores the 10th run of the game. The Panthers have gone double digits in the second inning, and Brooke Berger is having a night. 3 for 3 with a 1 hit short of a cycle. She has a single, double, and a triple in 2 innings. That was 2 runs batted in, and it's a 10-0 lead. Malia Richer-Valentin, the batter, takes a strike. Dropped balls is the story in this second inning. Not able to squeeze the softball in the glove, and I'm up to, I think, 6 instances where there could have been outs. Long, hard ground ball up the middle is going to be 11-0. That was a solid single by Malia Richer-Valentin. She's 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored, and now an RBI. She sizzles one up the middle, and Berger scores for the 3rd time in this game. Talk about getting the job done as a leadoff batter. 3 runs in 2 innings for Brooke Berger. That one is a cue shot, and for some reason we're going to call that foul. I guess it must have hit the batter somewhere. Otherwise, that would have been a ball in play off the bat of Cara LeBlond, who can certainly hit it way farther than that. The 0-1 pitch. Deep to left. Is it fair or is it foul? It is foul. Easily got out of here. A golf shot off the bat of Cara LeBlond, who's just a dangerous hitter. She's got quick hands, gets barrel to the ball and drives it, elevates it. 0-2 is the count. Came within a few inches of hitting a home run in the first inning. Deep left field, high, looking up, and this is a home run, a 2-run homer for Cara LeBlond. She just missed a home run foul. She hits one fair, and it's a 12-0 lead for the Panthers in Battle of the Bridge softball at Rivier. Cara LeBlond, really a no-doubter distance-wise. The question was, will it stay fair? And it did. And it is just a rout right now as the Panthers are up by a dozen. Home run. Panther hitters are locked in tonight. I don't know if it's the background or the bright yellow ball or just all the practice and the games they put in. This is high and deep to left, but it's going to be caught by Ellen Maffey for the 3rd out of the inning. The Titans finally get to come off the field. After the flyout, the long and loud flyout by Nikki Gates. So kind of messed up the old scorebook a little bit as 13 batters came to the plate in that second inning. Go to the bottom of the second, and North's looking up at a lot. So junior third baseman Taina Anaya will lead off. Heard a few fans, probably friends of Taina, call her Nina. So we'll go with that. She takes the ball down and in. It was a long time between pitching innings for South. Very high to center. Calling for it and making the catch was Brooke Berger, who's had a busy night at the plate. Now in the field, Kate Marvin with 2 pitches and 1 out here in the bottom of the second. And here is Nia Lingadal, pitcher for the Titans, getting her first chance to hit. It's been 4 up and 4 down for the Titans so far in the game. Good hack at a fastball at the top of the strike zone, and it's 0-1. to Nia. That's a nasty pitch right there, knee high over the outside corner. And waves at that one, was out of the strike zone, but that's the kind of night it's been. 2 up and 2 down for the Titans, still looking for their first hit. Tom King, I'm going to admit this, in all that parade, circling bases, I kind of lost track of the score.
Me too.
I thought it was a 12-0 game when she hit that home run.
14, but
you saw it was 14, so we're all over the map.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was 10-0 when Carol LeBlanc hit that home run, 2-run home run.
Find out from Kevin.
Okay. But, you know, I'm not, my scorekeeping wasn't the best in that second inning, I gotta say. In the
that was tough.
Oh my God,
it was tough.
You know, and the whole thing is, I know you saw it too, that carved back to the netting was just squeezing the softball. I counted 6 possible outs that went in and out of gloves. Foul and fair.
The key miscue. Well, not key because there were a few.
Yeah.
But it's obvious that North has got
pop up
catching the ball.
Infield. Malia Valentin has it.
I mean, South's ahead of North in terms of that. They can catch the ball.
And you see a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah. You know, and that's the thing.
6 up and 6 down. Right. Meanwhile, the leadoff batter for the Panthers has been up 3 times, scored 3 runs, has 1 short of the cycle. She's got a double, single, triple.
This is as big a disparity as we've seen
in
the games in the years we've done it.
Yeah. The last year ended in 6, which I assume was a mercy rule, 13-0.
Yes.
What's the mercy rule again?
Well, it's already beyond it. It's 12, but you've got to go 5 innings.
5
now,
innings,
Jamie Trudell had a talk with Dave Zwicker, and I don't know if that was about whether or not, you know, how far did he have to go or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for Lingendahl. She's put the ball, and she hasn't pitched that badly.
You know,
I
out
mean,
of all those runs, how many do you think are actually earned?
I'd say, well, let's see, in that inning, if there was 4 in the first and 11, I would say earned runs maybe 5, if that.
If that.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. I mean, the 2 tough plays. Not tough
Well, the
plays.
inning started with a hot shot to third, remember that?
Right, but
then the throw over to first.
Well, that's the thing, is that the first baseman's got to catch the ball.
Exactly.
And if she catches the ball, the inning's probably done at 8-0 or 9-0.
I can make an argument for no runs in that inning. I don't know if you remember the pop up over
here,
the fly ball over there.
Pop up there, the fly ball that was dropped, 2 errors right away.
Another pop up over here.
Yeah, in that inning there were 4 errors, and it's just, you know,
that's
it's got to be tough for Jamie Trudell, but you know what? Keep getting them out there, keep them playing, keep them learning how to play the game, and that's, you know, I think part of it is probably a little bit of nerves.
Yeah.
For some of these kids, they've never played in front of this. A lot of them.
No.
So.
Yeah.
But it's got to get better, or they have to take a long look at things and what they want to do.
Kate Marvin is ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
You can't keep sending kids out there in this situation. So that's the problem. Ground
ball up the middle and through. Base hit, leadoff batter Kate Marvin here in the 3rd inning. Aboard. Shirley Injao will come up, and followed by Mia Estremera. Kevin Hardy substituting another pinch runner into the game. Get some game action. That's number 8 for the Panthers. Maggie Donaghy.
Jamie Trudell went out there and tried to rally his team a little bit. I think he was pretty stern with him. I think he was saying, "Come on, you know, you got to compete here." You know,
you're better than that kind of thing.
Yeah. That kind of. And you know what? I think they are better than that.
Yeah, I mean they can make those catches.
Yeah, exactly.
Shirley Injao is the batter.
I think one of the things that they need to do.
Hard ground ball left side.
Let's see.
And not able to come up with it. So first and second.
Rushing, wanted to throw to first.
It was a hot shot. Good job of knocking it down. Just couldn't get it out of her glove. Nina Adaya.
I think one of the things that North has to do in the outfield and in the infield with pop-ups is catch with 2 hands.
There you go. Yeah.
I think they need to do that.
Yeah.
That's how they can start.
And also those pop-ups in foul territory in the infield, you need to do that.
Need to judge those in terms of running to the spot where you're not lunging for it, not reaching for it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what? 6 hits touched gloves.
They did.
You know,
and also the painful 9-hitter hits a ground ball back to the pitcher, fires at the first. And then Carol LeBlanc comes up a few batters later. So that one hurt a lot.
Yeah, that hurt a lot. You know, LeBlanc
almost hurt.
LeBlanc did it after putting 2 foul.
Yes. Yeah.
1 foul. You know, it's just tough. You know, it's tough for them.
And the pitch is bounced.
But again,
runners will reluctantly. Actually, it's a ball. Ball four.
I think the last couple of years hurt their program. I don't know if it was treated as a varsity program the last couple of years. I can't speak to that, but I just thought that they needed a little bit. You know, Jamie's tough. You know, Jamie will be he'll try to push him a little bit, I think. And I don't think they were pushed. So, but I don't know. I'm just speaking out of turn. I'm not, just from what I observed.
Yeah. Cover it. Foul to the right. Avery De Hoyos down in the count. 0-2 as Neil Lingadal continues to throw strikes to a lot of hitters. She's pitched to so many more hitters than Kate Marvin tonight. Kate Marvin's faced the minimum, Tom, 6. The grounder to third. She'll come home with it. That's a force out.
Yep.
Good play.
Good play.
Nina Adaya at third base makes the play, and there's
they've got some building blocks. You can tell their catch is pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, she's in charge out there. You know, look at her take charge. Freshman catcher.
Yeah.
So you've got.
How old is the third baseman Adaya anyway? Let me see. She is a junior.
Yep.
I mean, she'd be good at first too, I think. There's a low pitch, and it's a strike call to Lily Schultz, the 9-hitter, up for the 3rd time in the 3rd inning. You know you're batting well when you do that, when you bat through the order 3 times in 3 innings. That's a strike. Strike zone may have expanded just a little bit from what I can see here in the 3rd inning. 0-2, that's very high to the backstop, no advance.
No advance.
Yeah. No need.
Too short in there. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't steal. I wouldn't try to go on wild pitches. I would. You know, you don't want to lose your aggressiveness because you've got other games to play, but at the same time, there's a mercy rule for a reason. It's called mercy for a reason.
The 1-2.
Oh,
strike 3.
Got it.
So a caught looking produces the 2nd out of the 3rd inning, and this could be a goose egg.
Again, they get out of it with a goose egg.
Yeah, but it's that batter again.
Because let's face it, we're only here for 5.
She's 1 short of the cycle, Tom, and it's the HR. It's the home run.
That is Gates?
Brooke Berger.
Oh, Berger. Oh, yeah.
Strike called in the outside corner, and now I think you're in swing mode here if you're South because this zone is getting a little big.
Well, you gave her a single. I was an E3 in the 2nd inning.
Oh, that's right.
She's not one.
I forgot about that.
That was an E3. It was balls right in her glove.
Yeah, that was a hot shot, but it was should have been
it wasn't a hot shot. The ball was thrown right to her.
I'm talking about the third base person.
Yeah, the third base. She fielded. She made a good play.
She did.
She made a throw,
yeah.
and she threw to first. It was dropped.
Right. And that started it. Very high to left, it's in the park. And that's catch by Ellen Maffey.
There you go.
2 hands and 3 outs.
No runs scored. No runs. Shutout for North.
That's how you do it.
You take those victories. That is how you play the game.
So we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, a 15-0 advantage for the Titans up on the board. South making the park look small tonight, Tom.
See, I don't know if I've seen this many long drives. This is a sport where the split it's never recovered from. It's never recovered from.
Yeah,
in the city, it's down. sport is down in the city in terms of the junior highs and also in terms of park. Although parking numbers now are starting to come up.
Yeah.
They're getting up. I mean, if you're here tonight and you're a kid, hey, in 4 years I could be in front of all these people playing and everything else, and you know what, this other team's not that great. If I go to North, I'll probably be able to make the team. You should want to play.
Agree.
You should want to play. So anybody out there, kid who plays softball,
play a lot of catch.
Learn to catch the ball, and also, stick with your park rec program if you're in one. If you're not, go join it.
Great advice from the man who's seen a ton of Nashua sports before the split and after. He covered the Nashua girls basketball team when it was nationally ranked.
Yeah, I was kind of the backup writer then. Gary Fitz did the most.
Oh, Gary
of the
Fitz,
work.
yeah.
He did most of the
But,
work. But
Sports Illustrated.
I covered some games.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. I mean, of course, the split hurting all the sports.
Oh,
right?
split hurt everything.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Pinkerton's going right along at their university. Nobody's splitting that place.
They had so much population increase in that area, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
They had so much population increase in that area. Years ago, they told Wyndham, we'll see you. And Wyndham says, okay, we'll build our own school.
Divested themselves.
Yeah,
of Wyndham.
they kicked towns out.
Yeah. And that's how we got the Jaguars. A quick strikeout of Ava Durden. That was a first at bat of the game for Ava. And it's 1 up, 1 down in the third inning for the Titans. Still looking for that first hit. And here's Hayden Dennehy. 8 batter, first baseman for the Titans, to face Katie Marvin for the first time tonight.
This is special for Marvin because this is her last battle of the bridge.
Oh, right. It's a big zone right now, Tom.
And she pitched really well in last year's game. She was the star of the game, I thought.
Yeah. Even the umpire got out of the way of that one.
Dave Zwickers.
Yeah.
He says he's doing some softball, but mostly girls lacrosse this spring.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
swing
and a miss and 2 strikes. I guess he appreciates the break from running.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right?
Think
Think about it, right? Think about all the sports that are being played in the spring. The only ones that don't have officials are the track and tennis.
2 quick strikeouts here in the third inning for Marvin.
So you've got, all the other sports, and it's just you got 2 lacrosses, you got baseball, softball. So that's there's a lot for officials in the spring.
Ellen Maffey stands in for the first time tonight and takes a strike. Pumping into the zone, Katie Marvin. She had a long time between pitches in the first and second innings, I think it was. Fouled it right over our heads. Back into the VIP parking at Rivier. I don't know if there is such a thing, but like my son doesn't let me in it.
Yeah, the circle. Yeah, I was just going to say, he makes you walk up the hill, right?
I'm parking with the plebes. That's a drive to left field. Well hit. First hit of the game. What a shot by Ellen Maffey.
Just over her head.
It's on second base. The 9-hitter coming through in a big way.
How about that, huh?
It was a great hit. Solid. That kind of surprised everybody, including Avery De Hoyos in left field. Tom, I don't blame her. I mean, not seeing too much contact, and all of a sudden it's a howitzer off the bat of Ellen Maffey. And to the top of the order, Marissa Trudell getting a second chance to bat tonight. North looking for a run here, but there's 2 out. Runner in scoring position. So pitching to contact, Katie Marvin finally gives up a hit. Had set down the first 8 in a row. That one's in the dirt, almost hit the feet of Marissa, and to third base goes Ellen. So she's only 60 feet away from possibly scoring a first run. It's always nice to get that shutout off the board. Pitch, foul, a good piece by Marissa. A little bit late. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, and runner at third. On deck is Macy Hudson, the catcher, hoping to get a chance. And the pitch. Strike called. Again, another generous strike call. Maybe because of the score, but that's tough on the hitter. See the ball go over that chalk where the left-handed batter stands. And that's high. Got to be ready to swing in a big zone.
You know Marvin wants his shutout, right?
Yeah,
so,
I do.
And North wants
to get a
moral victory out of this.
Exactly, that's the word. Pop
well,
up.
Let's see. Is he going to stay in
Playable
play?
but foul. That is the third out. Willie
Tough.
Schultz makes the play.
That's tough.
It is tough.
Yep.
They leave the would-be run at third as we go to the 4th inning. 15 zip in favor of South, who have pounded softball tonight as they're in a huddle to our left. A lot of games left in the season. Let's see where South is heading next. They're going to go to Keene tomorrow. Wow. Less than 24 hours. They got to be over the other side of Monadnock and playing the Blackbirds at 4:30
right.
Wednesday afternoon, weather permitting.
I don't think you're going to see much. Although I was surprised. Remember I told you that BG Wyndham game would not be played on Saturday morning, and they got it in. I don't know how. It must have started at 8 o'clock.
Steady rain, yeah.
And played it in steady rain for the last few innings.
Yeah. Wow. My game got canceled Saturday because of the field conditions.
Saturday was the first
It was a
Saturday,
rainy day.
First
The
Saturday
Red
in a
Sox
while.
got canceled.
First Saturday in a while.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do any games. I had work to do, but I didn't do any games.
North will next play tomorrow, also on the road at Goffstown at 4:15 p.m. And both teams are in action Friday. South will be at
yeah, and after this week, there's 2 weeks
Bedford.
left. 2 weeks,
2 weeks
left.
left.
So when the Silver Knights open the season on May 27th,
yeah.
we will be in the middle of the final week of the spring regular season. There's one sport that will have started their tournament already, and that would be tennis.
Speaking of the Silver Knights, a couple of former FCBL alumni shining this week that we called. It's a golf shot to center, running in and almost making the catch. Putting herself in position to make that play was center fielder Ava Durden, but unable to squeeze it once again, and that's going to go as a hit, Tom. What do you think? Long run?
Yeah, long run.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Malia Valentin gets, oh, here is Carol LeBlond again. How many times is Titans going to face her tonight? This is her 4th at bat. And the pitch up high, 1-0. Hit a home run to left field, well inside the pole her last time up, as she just barely missed a first home run in the first inning.
Right.
Hard shot. And she's making Kevin Hardy dance a couple of times over there. Third base coach, the head coach for South, has to stay alert. Yeah, it was Mickey Gasper and Ben Rice that did really well this week. I saw Ben Rice hit an opposite field home run that helped win the game.
No, it wasn't recent because they've lost 4 in a row.
Oh, it was really?
Yeah, and he's been out, and he's been hurt with, a bruised hand.
So it was the last game that he played then.
Well, he did come back in and hit a home run. I believe it might have been last night. I'm not sure. So.
Okay. Yeah, I lost track on what it was. And then Mickey Gasper was the Red Sox best hitter.
He was the best player. And let me tell you something. I'll tell you something about that, right?
Yeah, 3 hits.
This is what I deal with. This is what I deal with.
High pitch to Kara.
So I take the Wire story, and I'm
Red Sox lose 4-1.
It was, right.
Yeah.
1 run. He drove it in. He had 3 hits. He went 3 for 4. There is not a mention in the story. Not a mention of Gasper in the story.
Wow, what is going on, Tom, in
I
the
don't.
sports writing world?
And I watched I watched the post game show.
Yeah.
Because I knew I'd watched the game. I knew what he had done.
Whoa.
Right to me.
It was right to you.
I knew what he had done.
Kara LeBlanc putting up a battle here, 3-2. These two battled in the first inning before Kara hit it off the top of the wall.
Right.
And here we are again, 3-2.
Yep.
Stands right on top of the plate. Fouls it again over, Tom said. You flinched a little bit.
A little bit. The first one I did.
Yeah, no, it would have been right at you.
First one I did.
I mean, it would have been right to you if it wasn't for the netting and the glass and all that. But no mention of Mickey in the story. Did you add it?
Oh, I rewrote it.
Oh, good.
Well, because I was going to anyway.
Look out.
Because the AP stories, if anybody reads Telegraph.com, the AP stories do not have post-game quotes. They've stopped doing right-throughs.
Wow.
So I knew I wasn't going to get any quotes from anybody, including Gasper, but I knew that in essence post-game show.
Very high to left.
That is high.
It's
Very
in the
high.
park. Ellen Maffey over there makes
Got
the
it.
catch.
Nice catch.
You hold your breath when Carol LeBlanc comes to the plate.
Yeah, but you know what? Maffey has done it 2 hands, right? She tried one hand and did a lot of stuff earlier.
Yeah, good footwork.
She's doing 2 hands and good footwork. She saw it all the way.
Yeah.
Didn't panic about the wall being behind her, right?
Yeah.
Because, outfielders will do that, and she makes the catch.
Carol LeBlanc has given Ellen Maffey some reps out there in left field, some practice today with those drives.
And we have a chance here, John, for a second scoreless inning. 1 out.
Good on Nia Lingadal. She can do that. There's 1 out, and Casey Hudson makes a nice stop again.
But Chad Tracy was on the postgame. They do the postgame press conference, and the last question asked him was about Mickey Gasper.
Really?
The last one. Because Tracy managed him.
Yeah. Knows what he can do.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and obviously was instrumental having him up here. Had him catch, which he didn't do when Coro was here.
Right, at all, right?
Right,
yeah.
not at all. So
now, when I saw him at the FCBL level, I thought he was the next Wade Boggs. And then when he went to the
best
majors,
two-strike hitter we've ever seen at that level, right?
Thank you, yes.
Yeah.
But he struggled as soon as he got to the majors, right? He had trouble getting hits, and it was uncharacteristic.
He struggled. He wasn't a big average hitter through his time with the Yankees.
No, yeah.
And and his hitting really improved when he came to the Red Sox. Really, remarkably improved. And then all of a sudden, he's killing it at AAA last year.
Yeah, you know what? And I think that's who he is. I couldn't believe all the low average and stuff that he was putting up. That's not the guy we know.
No.
But Ben Rice can rake. Boy, he's up the power since he went up to the majors. He didn't have that many home runs in the FCBL.
No, the one thing they wanted
hard
to do,
hit to left, and it's hooking. Nice backhanded catch. Ellen Maffey makes the play. She's getting a lot of action out there in left tonight.
Nerves, I think it was nerves for her in the first inning.
Yeah.
I think it was nerves.
Number 14.
So we might have shut the light off to assist in the defense, Tom. I think it's probably.
I think they must have. They asked for it.
Yeah,
right?
Because there's so many balls going up in the air, and that's.
Is it a glare?
Yeah, you want a dark background if you can get it.
Right.
I can still see everything on my scorebook from the lights, so that's fine. Shirley Injao, the batter for the Panthers. Shot out there by Kate Marvin. She's really good about hitting the ball the other way with power. And that's tying up Shirley, and she's going to.
Good pitch.
Yeah, Ask the catcher if she's all right. That's a good catcher they have at the Titans. Macy Hudson. She's just a freshman. She's just only going to get better.
She's going to run this team.
Yeah.
She's running it already.
You're right. Good pitch by Lingendahl. Ties up the batter. It is caught for the third out.
Good third out.
Another
scoreless innings for Lingendahl.
Yeah.
Nice job.
That's something to build on.
Yep, we go to the bottom of the fourth.
Nia's a sophomore. She'll be pitching to Macy Hudson for a while.
And they'll work with her in the offseason and try to increase her velocity and movement on her pitches.
There you go.
She's not lobbing it, don't get me wrong.
No, yeah.
But there's something there. You know?
Yeah. It really is not her fault. The score is not her fault. The high score.
Nope, just tough defense.
Yeah.
6 errors.
Another
total.
thing they can work on, of course.
Yeah.
The coach for the Titans, Jamie Trudell, assisted by Doug Howard. Head coach Kevin Hardy for South, and assisted by Kyra Muse and Eric Flinkfelt. John Collins with Tom King. Battle of the Bridge. Dylan Smith on camera. It is a Tuesday, May 12, 2026. South dominated last year's Battle of the Bridge, and they're doing the same tonight. And we are in Mercy Rule territory.
Yes,
so
we are.
what inning is it? Bottom 4?
Yep.
So
Bottom
it
4.
could be the last at bat here for the Titans. Correct?
No,
The South
5.
comes up.
5. 5.
Oh, they're going to let him bat? Anyway?
No. The Mercy rule is 5 innings.
Oh, full 5. They have the home team has to bat. That's
Yep.
right. Yeah, I forgot. So the Titans will have Macy Hudson leading off. Catcher takes a mighty hack and comes up empty. It's 0-1. Katie Marvin back out there for her 4th inning of work. Has faced one batter over the minimum. Foul back to the screen. Firing fastballs into the zone. No waste pitches. 0-2. Foul right
I
back to
flinched
Tom.
again.
It was coming right.
I went like that.
It was waist high for you there.
Yep.
Standing up, am I
Just
right?
Just a reflex. I got quite a welt from that overthrow at third base at Sauhegan last week.
That's right.
For baseball. And
Trying to get a photo on the field.
It left quite a mark.
Yeah, that's strike 3. Fortunately, it was
It
off
didn't
the plate.
appear until like 3 days later.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
There was nothing there. Seriously.
I know, that's old man tissue. I got that the same thing.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I look at it and
And
I'm
the
like,
bruise
whoa.
will magically appear. So, 1 up, 1 down for the Titans here in the 4th inning. Fouled right back at me that time. And maybe rows below us, probably.
Yeah, you got the window open.
Well, yeah,
Sneak
but
right in there.
we got plenty of netting though.
Yeah.
It's not an issue right now. Same for the fans behind the plate. Except
It's
to
a
worry
perfect shot.
Right. I like to say at Holman Stadium that the fans behind home plate are closer to the catcher than the pitcher is. That's certainly true here at Rivier too. Maybe by about 5 feet.
Well, it's a nice
In the
facility
dirt.
here. I mean, they have a good softball field. Nice facility. You know, they had the Division I final here during the pandemic year of 2021.
Yeah.
Which is the first year they had, the spring season resumed. I'd like to see a tournament back here again.
Fouled to the right.
They'd rather go to Plymouth. What I saw at Plymouth, when I went up to cover B.G. Pinkerton, was I saw a field that was seated about as many as these people. And and the park, there's plenty of parking here on campus at that time of the year, the semifinals. I think they could hold one of the divisional tournaments here.
Fouled off the netting again, and we'll do the 1-2 again. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Problem is that they don't feel it's adequate, and they also, if you go Division 3 or 4, the crowds are probably bigger, and it's also they're closer to Plymouth. But there's no way that Plymouth State should be in the Division 1 and 2 site.
A fair ball.
Yep.
Fielded by Katie Marvin. Quick flip, 2 out. Not too many balls in play tonight for the Titans. They do have a hit. The line drive shot over the left fielder's head by Ellen Maffey in the 9 spot. The way this is going, Ellen might not get up again. Nina Adaya's up. 2 out, no on. The 4-hitter in the order for the Titans.
She looks like a 4-hitter, doesn't she?
Yep.
Is that like an athlete?
Junior, big cut.
Well, big pitch. High.
Yeah.
It looked like a meatball up there, and it just kind of dipped down.
She's got a nice glove over at third base. Has
Yeah,
fielded
she
some
does.
hot shots tonight.
Yeah.
She is a junior. The pitch is away. Looks like Zerka was.
Fortunately for North, Coach Trudell's Mr. Lonely over there at the third base box.
Yeah.
And nobody that far. Well, it won.
At
You
the
gotta
very
play
end
the
of
third.
that, after the double came over to third on the wild pitch.
Yep.
And then there was a pop-up to first that ended the threat to break up the shutout of Katie Marvin, who's throwing a 1-hitter. 2 outs in the 4th. Pop-up, and that might come down to the
she's going to be out of
stands.
play. Yep.
Difference between Rivier stands and Holman is that there's no seat right up against the netting. So it's probably a good idea because people are tempted to put their fingers on the bar. That's a bad idea because the netting is not going to protect you on a line drive behind home plate when you have your hands on the bar. Yeah.
There is no safe place at Holman Stadium. There isn't. Not even my box is safe.
Pop up.
I guess maybe upstairs.
That's a second chance that gentleman has had over there.
Oh, again? Did he drop it again?
Yes, he did. You saw the first one?
Saw the first one from down there.
I think he's a serviceman there. I think that cap might be Coast Guard. They probably don't feel too many pop-ups on the ships out there at sea. And Nina Adaya will see another 1-2 pitch and strike 3.
Yeah, a little anxious.
Yeah.
So Marvin has gone through 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts is what I have. What do you have, John Collins? 2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
No, one walk. No
it's
walks.
a much neater book than on the other side, unfortunately for the Titans. They have seen a lot of batters come to the plate.
Well, we'll see what they do in this inning. If they can keep them scoreless for a 3rd inning, hitting their stride. The difference in the last 2 innings, John, was they caught the ball.
Yeah, was absolutely.
They caught the ball.
Yeah. The Panthers sent 13 batters to the plate in the 2nd inning. The Titans have sent 13 batters to the plate in the entire game.
Yeah.
So that's one difference. But a shining light, Nia Lingadal, the starting pitcher for the Titans, pitching to contact, making batters earn their way on.
Well, that's the problem, though.
Just need to make more catches.
Well, you know, but I think with the defensive deficiencies that North has,
they need some strikeouts.
Yes, exactly. She needs to get a strikeout.
See where you're going.
In the off season, they need to work with her and get her velocity up and see if they can get a strikeout pitch.
Because as you said, there's something to work with.
They got building blocks.
Yeah.
I mean, I like this battery. It's a good battery. You know, freshman catcher, sophomore pitcher.
Yeah, you work on some things.
Keep it together for 2 more years.
Yeah. Tweak here and there. Sophomore pitcher, you know, she can get stronger in the off season and up the velocity a little bit. Line drive, base hit. First pitch, wasting no time. Aboard.
Oh, she's going to go for 2. Makes it.
Safe.
Yeah, a little bobble out in center field, and
that's Emma Mataluski, Tom.
Just a momentary bobble. It wasn't much.
I think that was her first at bat tonight. She wasted no time.
No time at all.
First pitch, line drive to center.
Yep.
Emma Mataluski draws a nice round of applause, and Shirley Injao is up. One out, runner on second, strike one. Neil Lingendahl trying to put up third scoreless inning in a row, but gives up a leadoff hit, and that's a foul. 0-2. I don't know when the next time I'm going to see you again. I think it's a little bit of a lull in our Nashua ETV schedule.
We'll see if we can
conjure up.
Talk to our producer, DJ PDP.
Big swing and a miss and a strikeout for Neil Lingendahl. One out in the fifth inning, top of the fifth.
Number 24, Billy Schultz.
Billy Schultz, first baseman for the Panthers. Another at bat tonight.
I think the game that would be good to do would be Sauhegan and Girton.
Ground ball
just
to
past
second
the glove.
base. Throw to first. In
Got
time. Good snag that time by
Definitely.
Hayden Dennehy on a bit of a high throw from Madeline Tino, but Madeline gets the job done. 2 out, runner at third.
Number 1,
No runs in yet in this inning, but Brooke Berger is up. They did get her out once. Popped to center, I believe, was fly out. But she's reached safely 3 times, 3 runs scored. Rope to left, base hit, runs scored. Brooke Berger aboard with her third hit of the game, and she goes all the way to second just that quickly. So I guess you got to call it a double. She
No,
never
it's a
stopped.
double. Yeah, she ran it. There was no error. She ran all the way. Yep.
So puts herself in scoring position. Oh, it's a fun night when you get up 5 times as the leadoff batter.
Yeah.
Fun night for the offense.
This is going to be the last inning.
Yeah. And Maria Richard Valentins also scored 3 runs tonight. Looks at strike one.
Thought that was going to ricochet almost all the way out to the mound.
Yeah. Bishop Girton girls were in action tonight too. Ground ball at the shortstop, stabbed and thrown across the diamond in time. Good play. The defense pretty good in the last few innings for the Titans. Juliana Casista makes the play at short.
Yep. So we're going to the bottom half of the fifth, which, unless barring a miracle, would be the bottom half of the final inning of this game and the final inning of the inning of the Battle of the Bridge.
Unless North puts up 5 runs, right? Six.
6, yeah.
6 runs. Yeah.
Yep. Against Marvin, I doubt it.
do
I'm
too.
saying that not because North can't hit, but I'm saying it because of the pitcher.
And it's, the
Pitcher's good.
yeah. It's probably rarely gives up any runs. To
Oh,
the
shit.
Titans.
Yeah, to the Titans, yeah.
Yeah. So 6 would be a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see if Jamie Trudell has a couple of hitters come up. I'm not sure. So keep that roster handy, John. You're gonna need it. I'm going to take South's roster.
Okay. Here's the Titans roster and the South's roster.
You need that for the hitters,
Yeah.
I think, because I think they may pinch hit.
Number 2,
No, Lingendahl will hit.
yeah,
Jamie
Neil
Jamie
Lingendahl
did
will hit.
do something. He
Yeah.
did do something with the umpire, Joseph White. So
Yeah. BG was playing at the same time tonight at Londonderry, 7 o'clock start. BG
In
girls
softball. And Londonderry is an empire in softball. They have become a very, very good school in softball.
Yeah, only losses this season, Pinkerton and Bedford
That surprises me that they lost to Bedford.
by 1 run.
Pinkerton is
Is the team to beat?
well, they beat Londonderry, so they put themselves there. I think they're a good team.
Oh yeah, they did beat Londonderry. The
Yeah.
only loss of Pinkerton is to Winnicott 10-7.
So the contenders are knocking each other off a little
Yeah.
bit. So it's a wide open tournament for the haves. There's a lot of have-nots. It's a question of who's going to sneak in there to try to grab another spot, and I think I have the team that's going to make it. Merrimack. Saw them the other day. They looked excellent. They beat BG. They swung the
12
bats.
to 4.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
9. They were 9-2 at last look. I believe they won the other night 12-0. So they're 10-2.
That looks like a good call, Tom. They lost to Pinkerton by just 1 run.
Yeah, they beat them. It was a
2 to
classic.
1.
It was a classic game. Probably I wasn't there, but Coach Giabruti told me it was one of the best games he's ever seen
Wow.
and ever been a part of. So.
And the cue shot off the bat of Nia Lingadal as pitcher battles pitcher here. Nia Lingadal versus Katie Marvin, who has faced just, I think, 1 batter over the minimum so far tonight. Batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's high. Good take. 2-2 is the count. It's off the plate outside.
Marvin a little frustrated with herself. But you can see she has a little bit of hit. She's hittable
Yeah.
as well. I mean, she puts the ball right. Now, not that pitch.
1 run and miss.
Right?
Yeah.
But those outside pitches, they look like they were hittable.
So putting up a fight. Nia Lingadal goes down to the first out of the 5th inning.
Yep.
You're Elena, right? Elena? I want to give credit. Elena Trowbridge, Tom, from North, has been doing the balls and strikes.
Yeah,
on the
she's been doing a good
scoreboard,
job.
Doing a great job.
Yes.
Yeah, in full uniform, by the
Yeah,
way.
I know it. No kidding. Now, would you rather be up here with us or down there on the field? That's the question, right?
No comment, Elena? Are you hurt? Are you just, okay, yeah.
She'd
So-
rather be on the field.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she'd
has
rather
no
be on the
choice.
field then.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. Missed down and in, and it's a 1-1 count. As the batter and the catcher have a conversation in the middle of the at-bat. Outside. Maybe there's a little bit of fatigue going on for Katie Marvin.
Yeah, I think so. Although she
Yeah.
hasn't thrown many pitches.
Yeah, she had to take long
But
breaks between innings.
I
too.
think part of the problem for North in the first few innings.
That's a really good pitch.
I think those kids were really nervous. You know, I really do. You could see how they relaxed in the last 3
Yeah,
even the
yeah.
inning when they scored a run. South scored a run
Catching
last
the
inning.
ball,
They were
yeah.
catching the ball.
Yeah.
I think they were really nervous the first couple innings.
Yeah, that's a strikeout. So 1 out away from securing a Battle of the Bridge win are the Panthers by the mercy rule here in the 5th inning. 2 up and 2 down.
Yep.
Nobody on base, and it's number 17, Lexi Ackroyd, who'll get the at-bat to try to preserve the inning, keep it going. Facing a really tough pitcher in Katie Marvin. It's been 15 up and 14 down, and now trying to end it. 1 ball and no strikes to Lexi Ackroyd. That's a called strike. And again, it's a bigger zone than it was when the game started.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Doesn't need the help, Rich. Or Dave. The outside? Please. It was outside. 2-1.
Oh, that would have been too much.
I know, right?
I told him when I saw him, I said, now let's see. Repeat after me. Right hand up. Right hand up.
You just as bad.
I know. I know.
That's a good strike right down the middle, and it's come down to the last
Yeah,
strike for
she'd
the
love to
Titans.
enter a strikeout, I think.
Yeah.
Strikeout the side for her last appearance in the Battle of the Bridge.
She got 2 in this inning already?
Yep, she does. That gives her 8 for the game, I
8.
believe,
This
right?
would be 9.
High.
no swing. I think that's the right call.
I think it's the right call, and
Yeah.
I also think it was the right thing to appeal down there.
Yeah.
It was close.
Lexi Ackroyd with her loudest at bat of her high school career, trying to concentrate here and get some contact. Instead, it's strike 3, swinging, striking out the side to end with an exclamation point of a Battle of the Bridge win for the Nashua High South Panthers, who take this one 16-0 at Rivier University. We want to thank the folks at Rivier for their gracious 200th strikeout. Wow, milestone strikeout to end the game. It's doubly important to the Panthers and their talented pitcher, Katie Marvin, as they secure a shutout win at Rivier. For Tom King, my partner, and also our cameraman, Dylan Smith, Dan Young back in the studio handling our replays, and our executive producer, Pete Johnson. I'm John Collins, thanking you for watching from Rivier University. You have a good night, and thank you for watching Nashua ETV.